If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. I didn't know you were my type until your soul spoke in silence. The way your heart trembled made mine brave again. You weren't perfect, but your rawness made me whole. I fell for your soul's gentle defiance against a broken world. Your brokenness became the poetry I'd been searching for. I didn't know love until your scars showed me truth. Your quiet resilience became my fiercest devotion. The way you loved your wounds made me believe in healing. You weren't my type until your shadow danced with my light. I fell for the depth beneath your silent tears. Your vulnerability unlocked a love I didn't know I needed. I didn't know love until your pain became my prayer. Your scars taught me love's fierce grace. The way your silence held 1,000 confessions pulled me in. You were my type when your soul's cracks let in the light. I fell for the sacred honesty you wore like armor. Your broken heart beat the rhythm of my own healing. I didn't know love until your silence sang to my soul. The way you loved your darkness made me fearless. You weren't my type until your soul revealed its raw, tender truth. I didn't know you were my type until your soul cracked open like dawn. Your silent battles became the symphony I never knew I needed. I fell for the tremble in your voice when no one was listening. Your brokenness was the secret language my heart finally understood. You weren't my type until your pain mirrored my own. Perfectly imperfect. I didn't know love until your shadows wrapped me in quiet safety. The way you hold your grief alone made me want to stay forever. Your raw honesty shattered every mask I wore before you. I fell for the sacred fragility you hide beneath your strength. You weren't my type until your silence spoke louder than your words. I didn't know love until your tears taught me how to feel. Your scars whispered a lullaby only my soul could hear. I fell for the beauty you carved from your own brokenness. The way you survived the storm made me believe in miracles. You weren't my type until your quiet defiance became my sanctuary. I didn't know love until your fragility invited me to be gentle. Your soul's trembling was the compass guiding me home. I fell for the way your pain bloomed into wild, fierce love. You weren't my type until your broken wings taught me how to soar. I didn't know love until I saw your darkness shine with light. Your silence was the loudest confession of the love you hid. I fell for the sacred space your wounds created between us. You weren't my type until your scars became the map to my heart. I didn't know love until your brokenness healed my own. The way you held your pain made me brave enough to stay. Your fragility was the fiercest kind of strength I ever met. I fell for the softness hidden in your quiet rebellion. You weren't my type until your truth shattered every lie I believed. I didn't know love until your soul trembled in my hands. Your wound spoke a language my heart had always longed to hear. I fell for the chaos you wear like a crown of stars. You weren't my type until your broken heart found rhythm with mine. I didn't know love until your silence was louder than the world. Your scars became the poetry I'd been dying to read. I fell for the courage it took you to love yourself anyway. You weren't my type until your pain became the art of our love. I didn't know love until your soul danced with mine in the dark. Your fragility was the home my restless heart craved. I fell for the quiet courage behind your trembling smile. You weren't my type until your brokenness showed me the way. I didn't know love until your wounds became the bridge between us. Your silence held the loudest prayers my heart ever answered. I fell for the wild tenderness in your shattered soul. You weren't my type until your pain painted the colors of love. I didn't know love until your soul bled honest poetry. Your broken wings taught me the beauty of flight without fear. I fell for the raw light that seeped through your cracks. You weren't my type until your quiet pain became my loudest prayer. I didn't know love until your scars carved my name into eternity. Your silence was the sacred song only my soul could dance to. I fell for the fierce gentleness of your wounded heart. You weren't my type until your soul trembled with sacred fire. I didn't know love until your brokenness became my sacred home. Your wounds were the compass guiding me through my own darkness. I fell for the way your pain blossomed into fearless love. You weren't my type until your silence spoke louder than your fears. I didn't know love until your soul's shadows embraced mine. Your scars were the secret language only my heart could translate. I fell for the fragile strength you hid beneath your storm. My dear, your silence whispered what no words ever could. My heart finally recognized its mirror. You don't need to be perfect. I just needed to see your soul's hidden light. The way you listen made my broken pieces feel whole again, quietly and fiercely. I didn't know love until your flaws sang in harmony with my own. It wasn't your smile, but the sadness behind it that pulled me closer. Your vulnerability struck me like a lightning bolt, raw, unmasked, and devastatingly beautiful. I fell for the quiet strength that no one else dared to understand. Your scars told stories I longed to read, even the ones you hid from yourself. I never saw my type until your brokenness became a map to healing. The way you hold your grief like a sacred flame made me stay. Your silence taught me the loudest language of all, unspoken truth. I didn't know you were my type until I felt your soul tremble beside mine. Love hid in the way your eyes searched for meaning in the chaos. You were a puzzle I didn't want to solve, just hold. It was your quiet rebellion against pain that made me believe in us. I didn't need fireworks. I needed your steady, wounded light. Your presence is the calm storm my restless heart craved. I realized you were my type when your loneliness met mine without fear. You showed me beauty in the cracks I thought were flaws. It was the way you carried your silence like a prayer I couldn't ignore. You weren't my type until I saw how fiercely you loved even yourself. Your broken laughter became the anthem of my healing heart. I didn't see it at first, but your shadows became my guiding stars. Your kindness through pain was the gravity I never expected. I didn't know I needed your softness until I felt its fierce power. It wasn't your perfection, but your honest chaos that made me stay. The way you healed alone invited me to heal beside you. I fell for the way you whispered hope into my darkest fears. Your scars taught me that love is a battlefield worth fighting. I didn't know you were my type until your soul bled poetry. The way you embraced your wounds became a sanctuary for us. I never wanted perfect. I wanted real, raw, and unafraid. You were the unexpected melody in my silent, broken song. Your quiet strength is the thunder my heart needed to awaken. I didn't know love was this fierce until I felt your pain. You became my type when your silence spoke louder than words. The way you survived taught me how to love deeply. I fell for the cracks where your light escapes. Your soul's trembling made my own heartbeat louder. I didn't need a type. I needed the way you made me feel alive. You weren't my type until your brokenness became our bridge. The way you loved your darkness pulled me into the light. I didn't know love until your fragility danced with mine. Your wounded heart held a love I was too scared to find. It was the softness in your brokenness that captured me. You were my unexpected refuge in a world of noise. Your silence carried 1,000 untold loves that spoke directly to me. I fell for the way your pain shaped your compassion. The way you carried your past made me believe in new beginnings. You weren't my type until your broken wings taught me to fly. I didn't know love was this raw until I touched your soul's scars. Your vulnerability cracked open a heart I thought was closed forever. The way you faced your darkness was the light I needed. I fell for the unseen battles you fought in silence. Your fragility became the strength I never knew I craved. You were my type when your broken pieces fit mine perfectly. I didn't know love was quiet until I heard your silent cry. The way you held your pain invited me to hold you. You weren't my type until your wounds whispered truths I needed. I fell for your imperfect light in a world full of masks. Your scars were not signs of damage, but badges of survival. The quiet in your eyes pulled me into a universe of healing. I didn't know love until I felt your soul's trembling hope. You were my type when your broken heart beat in sync with mine. The way you loved your flaws became my definition of beauty. Your silence was a sacred song only my heart could hear. I fell for the way your pain bloomed into tenderness. You weren't my type until your soul bled honesty. I didn't know love until your brokenness held me safe. The way you carried your grief taught me compassion's depth. Your wounds were maps leading me to the core of you. I fell for your honest chaos in a world craving control. You were my type when your shattered light reflected mine. I didn't know love was fierce until I felt your rawness. Your silence held the loudest truth I ever needed to hear. The way you loved your darkness pulled me into light. You weren't my type until your pain spoke love's language. I fell for the sacred space your brokenness created. Your scars whispered a story of love beyond words.